I think it's still morning, depending on where you're at. Here in Ohio, it's morning, about to be afternoon, 11:22. So I don't know where you are. It could be 3 in the morning for all I know. If you're down yonder or somewhere, who knows? But if you are somewhere where you can watch Kevin's Corner live in the middle of the day, great. Because I got a show for y'all today, man. Boy, I tell you, I hope I can fit it all in. So many juicy clips. Hope I can fit it all in. So, Luciano first on the scene with a gangster lean. Bam. Yeah, Michael, hello. That's right. Yeah, man. I don't have to go to work tonight. I said before I go ahead and start shutting it down and getting relaxed and then mess around and not be able to get it people what they want, I might as well do it while I still got a little energy left in me. That's what I said. So let me go ahead and see, first of all, if YouTube is being nice or naughty. Oh, well, look at that. Yeah, got myself a notification. Bam. Unfortunately, it looks like the software is still stretching me out, but that's okay. It makes me look skinny. It makes me look skinnier. Yeah, I don't want to be like Hawker Jeffries, altering my pictures and stuff. Yeah. What you see is what you get. So let's see here, live chat. Give a couple people a chance to go ahead and log on. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, morning show." That's what I'm talking about. For Pedro, morning show for Pedro. Yeah, come on, keep it coming. Come on now, come on. Yeah, come on. I feel like Doc Holliday. Come on, Johnny, come on. Oh, you're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all. Boy, I miss Val Kilmer. He was a great actor. All right, now. I'm just killing some time, you know how it is, guys. But while I'm killing time, I definitely like to see where you guys are checking in from. Somebody said, Dallas says, good morning. That's right. What's happening, Dallas? Who else logging in? We got people coming in from where? Somebody said Gorilla Nation. That's what I'm talking about. Let me send myself something. There you go. All right. For Kevin's Corner, 100%. Yeah, that's coming from Stop and Think About It, which if you have not subscribed to that alternative channel, please do. I got a good mind to check it right now and see what I'm looking at. Matter of fact, you know what I am. I'm going to see how many subscribers I got right now. And therefore, I'm ashamed, you guys, if y'all haven't subscribed to my channel yet. All right, let's see here. Okay. Go here. Maybe. Okay, see, now it's messing with me. It's not showing my subscribers. That's all right. I'll get back to that afterwards. I see people chiming in from Florida, a place I would love to be. PA. Yeah, man. Miami Gardens, Florida. That sounds nice. That sounds fancy. Sound like some place I'd like to hang out. Miami Gardens. Yeah. I'm assuming it is a garden, right? I mean, it is a garden around there or something. I mean, it's not one of those places where you just throw the name out there, right? And then you get down and you're like, wait, man, I came for the garden. Oh, sorry, there's no garden here. Just houses. Yeah, so I'm assuming it's some gardens around there. But where else? Let's see. Yeah, language and political. Okay, yeah. Rhonda's in the house. Las Vegas is in the house. I need to get back out there one of these days. Yeah, y'all. Did y'all hear? A couple woke nuggets. First of all, Washington Commanders is now going back to the Redskins. See? Wokeness is a joke, man. At some point, it all comes crumbling down. And they realize, what have we done? East Liverpool, the UK. Yeah, buddy. So Washington Commanders will go back to Washington Redskins, which I played at Miami University, where we were the Red Hawks, the Redskins. And then political correctness got hold to it and made us turn into the Red Hawks. And I'm like, why can't we go back? We need to go back to the Redskins. And the new Superman movie, y'all. I'm sitting there going, don't do it. Now, I mean, I ain't got high expectations for, any superhero movies right now, because they just seem to not be able to produce a good superhero movie. I'm like, do I need to go ahead and direct one of these mugs and write it? People want to see action. I want to see all kind of fighting and use of power and stuff like that. I don't want all the mushy stuff. Just get to the point. Yeah, if I was go ahead and do that movie, the first scene, come out with Superman swinging on people. The rest of the whole movie won't be any dialogue, just him fighting and doing stuff that Superman's supposed to do. But nonetheless, they had to bring in some woke stuff. And I'm going to see, you're going to go woke and be broke. Now, Superman's supposed to be an immigrant, And the guy who they interviewed, they said, now the MAGA base is a little concerned about that. You stating that it was the immigrant. Well, we're all immigrants. I'm going, oh, jeez. Y'all don't know how to sell and promote a movie. People who go see that stuff usually are guys that want to see testosterone and stuff like that, which if you got some of that, testosterone, you're most likely a moderate to conservative. And then y'all come out and hit us with the premature wokeness. Now, I mean, I'm wondering if I even want to see the darn movie. But we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, all right, guys, we got some people logging in, and the rest of them will get in where they fit in because they don't want to miss this one. They don't want to miss this one. We got some craziness that we got to go ahead and expose. So let me go ahead and get loose so I can get busy. Yeah, man. Like real gold gorilla. Real gold gorilla. Real gold gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. And don't forget, there's a Kevin's Corner store in here, too, that you can check out at your leisure for any merch. And that number on the screen, 330-974-4607, is a number you could text Kevin. All right, text MAGA to that number so we can stay connected just in case they bounce me off this here platform. And then finally, if you want to support the channel through my Cash App, my PayPal links, they're all below. And I want to thank some people who did send me something a couple of days ago, and I definitely appreciate it. Was mentioning how sometime during the super chat, I'd be a little nervous because, you know, you never know what YouTube is going to decide is improper. And they might demonetize the video, and I don't know what happens to people's money when they give in the super chat. I'm like, what, does the money go back to them? Do YouTube keep the money? I don't know. They don't communicate these things. So, you know, the best way, if you really want to make it get to me unabated, then just go ahead and, you know, participate with supporting the channel through my Cash App or my PayPal. But don't get me wrong. I'm not going to discourage you from participating in the super chat, okay? I'll take the risk any day. Now, with that being said, guys, Democrats, man. Now, after I show you the hyperbole and the crazy stuff coming out of these Democrats and the fake news, you'll see why we're about to go ahead and rank the worst case of Trump derangement syndrome ever, outside of Democrat politicians and, of course, the fake news. We want to see some real live people that has been infected with TDS. We want to see some of those people and then say, you know, come to the conclusion of how bad is this? Which one of these cases is the worst? Because we got 3 of the worst cases of TDS I've ever seen in my life. But before we go into that, we need to go ahead and lay the groundwork of where all this TDS is coming from. Starting off with somebody who is a election denier, y'all. Now, remember, we was told you can't do that. You can't be up here talking about some, I don't know, Joe Biden got, what, over 80 million votes. I don't know about that. You couldn't do that. You're sowing doubt in our institutions. And now, as a premature, premeditated launch, I think these Democrats are preparing for a butt whooping in the midterms. So they're coming out talking about most likely that he's going to cheat in the midterms and this and this and that. But I think they really see the writing on the wall. So let's go ahead and see some of the folks that is contributing to these horrific cases of Trump derangement syndrome. Starting off with, guess who, y'all? Y'all are going to be happy with me showing this ugly face. And I'm talking about
whenever Democrats say to me, you know, this is the reason we have to coalesce for 2026. I always add to the end of their that sentence, yeah, assuming we actually have free and fair elections.
Oh, God. Here we go. Free and fair elections. But when we were worried about it, it was downplayed. It was us coping. It was us, you know, laying into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. A whole bunch of that was going on. But now here she is, that we got free and fair elections. All right, so let's continue.
I think it's insane, honestly, to just assume we're going to have normal elections next year.
Really? That's how we felt. Because, see, it's really not the Republican style to cheat in elections. That's a Democrat issue. That's their style. And it's obvious. It's obvious by the fact that you guys, for whatever reason, don't want IDs. Isn't that odd? You don't want IDs? I mean, if you was running a business and you need to be able to verify all of the people who bought products or whatever, you would want them to show an ID. If you ran a bank, you would want that. But for whatever reason, you're running a country and you're talking about free and fair elections, but you don't want no IDs. Yeah, at the same time, though, you're also wanting to import a whole bunch of people who will most likely vote for you and don't have IDs. I'm just wondering. So let's continue, though, as she sits back and vomits up all that projection onto us.
I don't assume that. The way Trump is behaving, he's not acting like somebody who worries that his party will lose power.
He's not.
That even if somehow we had normal elections and Democrats took control of either house of this House or the Senate, he's not acting like somebody who's worried about the consequences of that.
Yeah, because he knows he got good policies and he knows the people are behind it. He knows right now his favorability is up. Why would he be worried about that? See, what you're trying to pretend and say to whatever raggedy audience you left with is that everybody hates Trump. You don't want to bring up all of the polling that shows that people support him and he's very, favorable in the eyes of Republicans. And, you don't want to talk about that. You want to make it seem as if what Trump is doing is hated by everybody. Therefore, he's like, I don't care. I think I might have got him, y'all. Yeah, buddy. Let me wipe him off. Yeah, see, come up in my joint, messing with me. You got to learn. I'm going to leave the body out for all his friends to send a message. Yeah, gnats that come up in my house. They get the smack. The gnats get the smack. That's what they get. Leave him out for his friends to go, oh, man. That's what not to do. Let's go to the house next door. That's what I'm talking about. Finally got me one, y'all. I've been trying to kill one for a couple days now. Finally got one. All right, the liberals would be done reported me. I like to report a murder. There's this black guy. He's a conservative. He's on there. They're killing animals. Anyway, let's get to it. So, this is a Democrat problem, and they have all of the behaviors that would make a person be very skeptical about election interference. But yet she's projecting this onto us.
This is somebody who is behaving as an autocrat because they don't anymore believe. He said it during the election. I don't need your votes anymore.
Okay.
And he doesn't.
Here we go. Now, that means, if she was smart, that means he said, get me in because that's it for me. I can't run again. So he's joking with the audience and he says, look, vote for me. And after that, I won't need your votes anymore. Of course he won't need our votes anymore because he's not planning to become a dictator and stay in business forever. But Joy can't put that together. She can't put that together. Somehow she, in her brain, her twisted brain, she's trying to make it seem like you heard what he said. Basically, put me in and I won't need y'all anymore because I'm going to become a dictator and just make sure I never leave office. Now, see, this is stupid stuff. For them to even try to suggest this whole situation or scenario, your imagination, you have to really go out there with your imagination, and your Trump derangement syndrome got to be horrible. Now, this guy, he's listening to her, trying to pretend, give her the benefit of the doubt, act like what she's saying is deep and profound. But I know in his head, he's going, what kind of shite is this chick talking about? But because I'm going to back this shite up, I'm not going to call her out on it. I got to pretend that this shite makes sense.
I don't think Trump intends to leave office. I'm very clear about that. I think he intends to stay in office like Putin.
Yeah, at 80-something, 82. I mean, the man's in great shape, but good grief, at some point, you probably get tired of dealing with all of this kind of crap. And I'm talking about this a lot of crap. I thought the crap was going to let up just a little bit after Trump won. It did for a couple weeks, but now the crap's back. So here we go.
He dies like Bukele has done, blown past their term limits.
Yeah, Bukele. That great guy, that his people pretty much made him a fixture because he's doing such a great job. So I guess you want to subvert the will of the people in El Salvador. The will of the people is, wait a minute, we got us a good one. Let's not mess this up. We might get us a liberal stuck in, and then all of a sudden all the criminals start getting released again, and all of a sudden gangs and stuff start coming back in. Right now, we're booming. We're having a great time, so let's not mess up a good thing. That is the problem with elections, see? But we have to take that risk because, we're a republic. So, yes, you might have great, candidates like Trump, he's in, but we all anticipate him leaving. We understand our Constitution. We just hope he finds a suitable replacement that picks up the baton and runs with it. But the people down in El Salvador, they're like, yo, we got our guy. But she don't like that. She don't like that, though. Maybe if she lived in El Salvador under all of that crime and violence and then get him coming in and cleaning it up, maybe she might think differently. But let's continue.
Bukele should be out already. He's still there. I think he's going to try to pull an Orban, pull all of these to Xi Jinping, all of them. He's going to do that because he's making so much money now. The grift is so good. He's not going to leave. And
now, she's just grabbing things out the ether. After he's making so much money now, the grift is so good, he's not going to leave. He's going to be like the Putin. He's going to be like just freestyling nothing but trash. Nothing but lies, nothing but theories, nothing but stupid stuff that anybody who's suffering from Trump derangement syndrome would be going, yeah, that makes sense. But a common sense person is going, what kind of nonsense is this chick talking about? How would he do that? How is he going to pull that off? That's why he's going hard in the paint right now. He's trying to cram it in because he knows he only has 3.5 years to get this all done. But she interprets that as Trump doesn't care. He's just doing things as if he's not worried about getting reelected. You're right. He's doing things like he has to worry about the fact that he's not going to get reelected, so he has to clean up the mess that the Democrats made in 3.5 years.
Get all this, let this money go. And I think that Republicans are presuming that they're going to put enough restrictions in place that they can't be voted out. So I think it's going to take an extraordinary...
Now, the crazy part is this is all stuff the Democrats were trying to pull. They were trying to set up the system to where they would never lose power, thus all of these illegal immigrants they brought in. All these illegal immigrants. Thus, all of them voting against voter ID and stuff like that. Yeah. Or trying to count all of these illegal immigrants in the census so they can get more delegates and things like that. That's all the stuff that the Democrats were doing. But yet here she is, that they're trying to put things in place so they'll never lose again. That was exactly what the Democrats were doing. So now do you see? You see her vomiting up all this projection on the screen? Lots of projection.
Movement to get rid of them.
This happens in
Oh, but look who we got now. We got gap in the teeth, Stacy Abrams. Yeah, the two-time loser. But now she's going to really go off the deep end, y'all. She's about to go in that tinfoil hat, elbow deep, and pull out some shite. And all of this shite she's about to pull out is nothing but projection and hypocrisy. So let's see if we can get past looking at that gap in her teeth that it don't take a lot of money to fix, and kind of listen to what kind of craziness she's spreading. And then we're going to see if this type of craziness actually works on some people.
Every nation that has become an autocracy having been a democracy. So whether we're talking about Brazil with Bolsonaro, or India, or Putin and Russia, the Philippines with Duterte.
Yeah.
So start with winning an election.
Oh, okay.
Usually the last one you're going to get to have for real.
Okay.
Number two, you have an expansion of executive power. The president decides he wants more than he's supposed to have.
Oh, you mean the power that he actually has, that you guys are using all of these sorry behind activist judges to try to interfere with it? That's the constitutional crisis. He's not taking or seizing power that he doesn't have. He has all this power under the executive. But see, the Democrats, they don't like that because, see, that gives him a lot of power to be able to stomp out a lot of the stuff they put in place to stay in power. You see how that works? So now Trump doing what he has the constitutional right to do is interpreted to her as exceeding his executive power. And they just say this very cavalierly to all of their voters and stuff. That he's a tyrant, he's overstepping, he's destroying the Constitution, he's running over all of our rights, and he's just doing what he wants. And I'm going, none of that will hold up in court. You do realize that. You're only getting away with throwing this stupid stuff out there because your voters are complete idiots. They're ignorant. Anybody with common sense will be going, Trump seems to not be doing anything outside the norm. If he was the true dictator that they claim that he is, he wouldn't even be tolerating these injunctions. You think Pootie would be okay with all these injunctions? You think Kim Jong-un would be okay with this? No. But Trump is like, oh God, here we go again. Let's go to court. Let's go ahead and go through the process. And then when they lose, then what do they say? The courts are fixed. That's what it is. He has them all in his back pocket.
Number three, you start to make the Congress complicit, so you weaken them and you neutralize.
How? What is she talking about? You weaken them, you neutralize. Congress complicit. Oh boy, Republicans are the worst when it comes down to all voting the same way. You always have rhinos who dissent. They almost, destroyed the whole big beautiful deal thing because you have folks say, I'm just not going to do it. You don't see that with the Democrats. I mean, these folks, it must be a requirement. Soon as you run and become a Democrat, we all vote the same way. Don't you dissent, or else you're going to be shunned and kicked out the party somehow. See, but here she is that week in the Congress. What else?
Or neuter the judiciary. Like, I don't know.
Neuter the judiciary. Basically, hold them accountable. Basically, go through the process to show that, hey, you guys aren't the presidents. And if the judiciary actually sides with Trump, all of a sudden now it's illegitimate. It's illegitimate. When they strike Trump down, they love it. But when they side with Trump, all of a sudden it's compromised. Trump owns all of these folks. See, so they just don't like it because right now it's digging into them. But I guarantee you, if they could have fixed the deck with a whole bunch of woke Supreme Court justices, thank God right now that Hillary Clinton did not win. We might have to take a break for praise. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for not allowing the wicked witch to win. Or else she would have stacked the court with a whole bunch of liberal judges and we would be up crap creek without a paddle. So now here she is. She's complaining about all the stuff she wished that the Democrats had in place.
Supreme Court is giving you unfettered power and saying we don't have the ability to stop things.
Here we go. Supreme Court giving you unfettered power, like what? Trump's allowed to go ahead and terminate people that he disagrees with. And starting with Stacy Abrams with that big gap in her teeth. I mean, he has the right to go and shut this water buffalo down. Okay? Yeah, here she is going around spreading that gap all over the internets. And Trump just lets her do it. What kind of dictator are you, Trump? We voted you in to become a dictator. Show us some dictator stuff. Show us the dictator stuff that these cats are claiming that you have. Oh, what? Oh, so you just have to tolerate these stupid people saying stuff like this every day? No, you can't just go ahead and disappear them? Oh, man. We done got our palate wet for a dictator. And Trump's going through the process. But let's finish hearing this woman vomit up more shite.
Then you move on to firing all of the people who know how to make government work. So you've got the civil service.
Oh, so basically, get rid of all the bureaucrats. The folks that are unelected, but they just been sitting in there like, we're going to sit on the wheel. We're going to sabotage anything. We're all woke. All of us up here in Washington. Matter of fact, you know what? We're not going into the office. We'll go ahead and stay at the crib for a couple years or so. And then maybe even work a side job. And then just slow down the process. Make it slow like we can't get anything done. Put a whole bunch of restrictions in place, a whole bunch of hoops to jump through, and collect a whole bunch of money and not have to worry about losing our job. That's what she said. See, so she wants all of these woke folk who definitely supports the Democrats because they made sure. They put a lot of woke folk in place in Washington. And so now the Trump comes in and says, we don't need all these folks, especially the woke folks. Get them out of here. These agencies, we don't need to streamline that mess. She don't like it. Because they built this whole network to support their policies.
And you do that because you want to break democracy so people forget the stuff that used to get done. So
No, you want to do that so people can break democracy. No, you do that to save democracy because these people that have been working up there for years and was sitting on the wheel and making sure that they stifled the agenda and drug it out, they were subverting democracy. That's right. I've been here 20 years, man. I know how things are supposed to go. Forget the president, man. He's throwing out this. We're the ones that do all the processing. We'll just go ahead and do it as slow as we can and all this stuff, and we'll leak and we'll do all of this stuff. No, we don't need those folks. Streamline them and make sure that we got people in there that are going to do their job and they're not woke activists. But here she is. She's mad because, their woke activists are getting cut. That's what she's mad about.
You can't get your Social Security check. So the CDC doesn't know what diseases are anymore.
Name one person that didn't get their Social Security check that was alive. We're talking about the 120 and 30, 40 years old people that's like, ooh, where's my check? Ooh. We're not talking about the ghost. We're talking about real folks who are out there saying, I didn't get my Social Security. They all got it. What are you talking about?
Then you put in place these loyalists, people who are only responsive to you. You put them in charge of the FBI so they go after your enemies.
Like the Biden administration did? Like that? Huh? So let me understand. A president's supposed to put a whole bunch of people in that disagrees with his agenda. That's what he's supposed to do. Because it looks like Biden, even though he probably had no say-so with, putting anybody in. But nonetheless, it's ironic that he put all these people in that all revolved around wokeness, globalism, and very radical ideology. Isn't that odd? None of them bumped heads with him. He didn't go in there and put some hardcore conservatives in there. Trump has one of the most diverse cabinets ever. And yet here Gap in the Teeth is claiming that you put a whole bunch of people in there that are loyal to you. Darn right. Because the first round, it was a whole bunch of people sabotaging the will of the people. Trump he wasn't hip to the game. Had a whole bunch of people in there that was like, absolutely, Mr. President. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We don't like that mess. So here she is pretending that a president should not pick people who agrees with his agenda.
You put them in charge of the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense, so they can signal to their friends and tell them all about the evil plans that you have. She is
writing a story right now. Right now, this is another novel coming out of her head. That's what it is. Yeah, she is literally winging this as she goes. And then the next step, what you want to do is that. And she's also just vomiting up the strategies of the radical left of the Democrat Party. Projection. So we're getting it all, guys, from gaps in the teeth. We're getting a bunch of propaganda. We're getting some projection. We're getting some hypocrisy. Yeah, we're getting all of that stuff. And election denial.
Certain that you break how we communicate. So you criticize the media.
Oh, criticize the media? Like the cheap fakes, deep fakes, and cheap fakes and stuff like that. All this the fake news out there when the Democrats come out talking about some misinformation. So any news outlet or any private commentator that might buck against the narrative coming out of the White House or out of the DNC, yeah, we were attacked. Yeah, man, they was putting us on lists. Don't forget the mis and disinformation board they tried to put together.
And you create your own echo chamber of propaganda.
Yeah, like that dis and misinformation board y'all tried to put together.
You call it truth even though you know you're lying.
Absolutely. Just like that propagandist that y'all put over the dis and misinformation board was out there dropping all kind of lies. Isn't it odd? The projection is coming right between that gap. She's spitting up all of this projection right through those gaps. You can't hold that projection in when you got a gap a mile long right in the front of your mouth. It's all coming out. They ain't going to. So let's finish hearing her spit up all this projection.
Then you go to the next step, and I call that step 7.
Oh, step 7. So basically, she's giving us, a quick introduction to her book of lies. Like she's a professor. That's right. See, now I call this step 7. And when you really want to see how dictatorship works, you just need to visit the DNC and see how they. I'm sorry. The RNC. So let's finish hearing her because she's on step 7, y'all, of election denial.
At step 7, you have to blame someone. You have to blame people for the broken government, for the broken promises.
Like Ultra MAGA, the Trump and all his MAGA supporters, and you know what? They're a bunch of deplorables and all of this stuff. You mean like that? You mean like blaming everything on white supremacy, the racism, systemic racism, like the Democrats do? Instead of explaining your policies, you just come out there and you start demonizing everybody. The white man and a middle class and Christians and all of this and white. And if you're black, then okay, then you're a sellout, Uncle Tom. You mean like that?
So you go after DEI. You go after the vulnerable, the dispossessed. You go after any community that doesn't look like what you think power should be.
Oh, you mean like, you know what? We're putting together a list of all of the potential extremist right folks. You might just buy a shirt that says, come and take it. But you're potential extremists. Yeah, you don't fit the mold of a progressive supporter. You're not going to be voting for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. Therefore, you got to be a white supremacist. Got to be a radical. So we're going to go ahead and have the FBI and all of them in the intel community, instead of doing work, start profiling all of y'all. Showing up at, your protests against abortion, stuff like that. Just making sure you guys are intimidated. to vocalize and tell how you feel about politics. Yeah, we don't want your kind. That's what they didn't want.
While you're doing that, you make certain that you, in step 8, you eliminate anybody who could help them. So you sue law firms that.
Oh, you mean like making sure that companies don't work with conservatives on YouTube? Make sure that all of these woke platforms deplatform conservatives, censor conservatives, or like when I tried to start my own little channel, the credit card processor was talking about somebody, you know what, after further review, we find that your political views do not fit our values, therefore we can no longer work with. Now I'm going, wait a minute, y'all putting a pressure on companies to make sure you stifle? Somebody said audio, my audio's bad? Let me check. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me about the audio. Let me turn this up. Let's see. Let me turn this up. Let's see. Let me turn this up. Let's see. Pop it a little. All right, if it's popping, let me pop it out. Yeah. Let's see. Now, check one. Breaker. Let's see if the static is gone. Okay, well, look at that. Is the static good? No, I keep getting a loop. Can't get caught in a loop, y'all. Talk to me about the static. Is it still there? It's cracking? It's still cracking? It's okay? Popping. Okay, hold on. A second. We'll try this now. Bam! And then one more. Hold on. Let's do this. And bam! See, when in doubt, unplug it. Plug it back in. All right, let's see now. Where am I at with the static? Can I sing? When a man's an empty kettle, it should be on his metal, and yet I'm torn apart. Can y'all hear me? Just because I'm presuming that I could be kind of human if I only had a heart. All right, the internet's up in, all day. Everything is good. A little more whiffy. And the crazy part is I got it's fixed. Oh, yeah. All I did was unplugged it, switched it, turned it around, stuck it back in, and blew in it a little bit. Shake it. You never know. Somebody said something's wrong. What, Monica? Okay, I thought we were fixed. I'm good. It's good. Rock on. Still staticky. I'm getting all kind of mixed reviews now, guys. All right, let me see. I'm gonna turn this up and 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 see. I'm looping. Okay. All right, now let me get back to this. I gotta get serious. All right. See, the kid in me comes out. All right, now, let me know if it continues. Let me see. I hear you, Kev. Nothing is wrong. Yeah. All right. So let's carry on. Maybe turn down the volume. Your volume, my volume. Okay. You know what? I actually can't do that. Let me see. Maybe we'll see. All right. So let's see. If you have a hard time hearing, let me know. Okay. Then I'll keep playing with it and see what's going on. All right. Now, I actually forgot what I was saying about gap in the teeth. Maybe she'll say something stupid to remind me.
Pro bono cases. You go after philanthropies and accuse them of giving money to the wrong people. You go after colleges and universities.
Yeah. So like I said, you go after companies that supported conservatives and you bully them with woke ideology and some type of credit score, social credit score that might, benefit them. And one of the parts of being a good social credit score, then, you can't be supporting radical ideology. You can't be supporting folks that are conservatives that might disagree with some of our radical, crazy policies, because we bubble wrap all of those policies in lies like, you disagree with kids getting, that means you hate the kids. You hate the kids. See, we won't tell you the real truth why you disagree with it. So now we bully all the companies, so they will start isolating folks that are conservatives. Won't do business with you if you ain't got the right politics. Now, all she's doing, once again, y'all, is projecting everything that the Democrats either tried or want to do. That's all she's doing. All right, let's continue.
That can teach people possibly what else they should know. You get to step 9 and you start to encourage and incentivize private violence. You send the U.S. Marines into spaces they should not be. You send the National Guard in.
And you send the FBI in to go ahead and harass people and bully people and write down license plate numbers and things like that. And go heavy-handed on going into people's houses. Oh, even the presidents. Don't forget that. The raid on the president's house. Yeah, that sounds like a regime that is weaponizing the institutions to bully and intimidate folks who disagree. So now, all right, one more check, y'all. Just my last check. My bad. I was using my alien speakers. It might be affecting you guys. Let's see. Teach how to protest. There we go. These people are desperate. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything about the volume anymore. So let's continue. All right. So now you see, these are things that we all watched unfold. Big cracky. God, don't make me mad. Why I oughta. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to solve the crackiness right now. I'm about to do some surgery. This is in the middle of the day, and I got a captive audience. All right, I got a captive audience. I'm about to do some surgery real quick. Beep, 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 beep. Did y'all ever play Operation when you was little? It was great. I used to jack that guy up constantly. Bam, bam. Okay, let's get some of this. Make sure ain't no dust or dirt in there. All right. Man, those were some good games back in those days. Yeah. So I think this might do it. All right, we'll put that right there. Then we'll check on this one. Yeah. Make sure ain't no dust or dirt in there. And go with the plug. Bam. Okay. The light is lit up. So that means something is happening. All right, screaming, get in your house. All right, can you hear me? Am I back? Yeah. All right. So let's see. Check one. Breaker 19. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Burns me up, man. All right, now the crackling is still there. Are you kidding me? After all of the surgery I just performed? The loop. The surgery I just performed. Bit static. God darn it. Big static. What in the world is going on? Man. I don't want to have to switch phones. All right. Give it a second here. Because I got some stuff I need to talk about that I can't take the chance of it being all staticky. Are you people still talking about this? Yeah, they are. So apparently, some folks are getting some static, but other people are saying it's fine. All good? Okay. All right. If it's all good, man, I'm going off of. Let me see. Y'all can blame. Let me see. Somebody tell me what y'all think, and then we can blame that person if it's all bad and stuff. All right. It started popping when. Okay. Let's see. Abrams. Okay. I'm reading y'all notes. Turn your AM radio on. Enlighten me. Not good. You be bugging, Kev. All right, what else? Come on, keep going. Don't egg me on, y'all. I can deal with it, but it hurts. It's bad. Oh, see, I'm such a critic. I know what will happen. I will rewatch it, and then I'll be furious. It's okay. We understand what you're saying. All right, one more time. I'm just going one more again. Now, let's see. Maybe if I don't touch nothing, it'll be fine. Then whisper like it's listening to me or something. All right, here we go, guys. All right, so let's continue. If it gets real bad, let me know. I will just go ahead and restart the stream by using another phone, which it is what it is. You is an athlete. Play hurt, bro. You're right. I got to play through it. All right, so now, getting back to big gap in the teeth. I forget what I was saying once again because of the crackling. All right, so here we go.
Kidnap people off of the streets and pretend that's normal.
Now see, then you top it off with the cherry on top with the big fat lie. And this is what burns me up about these people. They have gotten so used to just straight up lying because there's no punishment for their lies. They don't have to worry about all of their supporters going, you lied to us. Now think about this, guys. Us MAGA supporters are mad at Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, and Cash Patel, and some are even mad at Trump in regards to promising us that, we were going to get the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, and we didn't get it. And folks are mad. Their voters, no, they don't have to worry about that stuff. They could just come out there, tell them whatever, and we're going to see just how easily they can lie and not have to worry about it. So here we go, y'all. Let's continue.
Because that's how you quiet dissent. Because you make everyone afraid that if they don't do what you want, they might be next. And once you've done those 9 steps, step 10 is easy. That's when you decide there won't be new elections because everyone's either afraid, poor, broken, or complicit.
Now, did you hear all of that shite she went through? Apparently, she's trying to put together a case of why they're going to get their butts beat in the midterms. That's what she just did. She wants to lay the groundwork for an excuse when they get their butts beat. So now let's hear Caroline Lovett address Stacy Abrams' gap in the teeth.
In your monologue, Jesse, I can't believe I heard stupid Stacy Abrams say that deportations kill democracy. Newsflash, Stacy, wide open borders kills democracy, and that's what the American people voted against. The American public witnessed an open border, illegal alien invasion for 4 years, and they said enough is enough. The vast majority of this country supports deporting illegal criminals from our communities. This administration is all hands on deck in doing that, despite pushback from these radical Democrats at the state and local level. ICE and Border Patrol are doing the work that they swore an oath to do, to remove public safety threats from our communities, to protect our nation, our homeland, and our citizens. And they face now a 700% increase in violence from...
What? 700% increase in violence? Now imagine if this violence was coming from the right. Could you imagine that? I mean, could you imagine the narratives every day? All across the country, we're experiencing radical right-wing violence. I'm trying to get that gnat. I got another one. His brother came to the rescue. I'm going to get him. But they would be all over the internet talking about all of these situations that we've been watching for weeks now, in months of all of this left-wing violence. We've been watching it with our own eyes. And yet, they will still bring up January 6th one day. January 6th, and you know how I feel about that. I think that was all shenanigans. But nonetheless, that's all they hang their hat on, and they're swearing down to absolutely the right is very radical, they're violent. And I'm going, where's it? Show me all of the violence coming out of the right. Y'all have prolonged, sustained violence coming out of the left. And the media just covers this mess up.
Radical left lunatics, and we're not going to tolerate that. Anyone who threatens or who partakes in violence against our brave law enforcement officers against this in this country is going to face the fullest extent of justice from our great Attorney General.
Now, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure when I say this, I believe 100% of every ICE and Border Patrol member voted for Trump and will vote for Trump. I cannot see any of these people or their families ever voting for Democrats after watching what they have done to ICE and Border Patrol, demonizing them, calling them all kind of stuff, and turning up the volume when it comes down to these radical folks who are going after ICE. I mean, you would have to be stupid if you're a police officer, if you're in the military, or if you are a Border Patrol agent or ICE, if you vote for Democrats. You'd have to be stupid. After watching them throw you under the bus constantly, you'd have to be nuts to vote for Democrats. And they wonder why they be losing those police unions and stuff. All right, but now here we go, y'all. Y'all ready for the TDS competition award? Let's see who our first candidate is, guys. Some black comedian. So here we go. Watch this. This is some TDS for you.
If they don't care about what your lawyer said, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they don't tell your story in the media? Because that story goes against the narrative that they're trying to create.
You mean like the Democrats have done to you? This guy right now, he doesn't realize he's reading his own obituary. Yeah, this guy doesn't realize right now that he is talking about himself. He is the victim that he's referring to. And once again, you know what you gonna do when the media turns? Yeah, he's only saying this because the media got to him. Here we go.
What you about to do?
What you about to do?
What you gonna do when they don't care if you got a real ID or a passport?
Oh God.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do if you know your rights and you tell them your rights, but they don't give a What you gonna do then? What you gonna do when they take away the little bit of healthcare you got left? What you about to do? What you gonna do when they don't care about you trying to reason with them? What you about to do?
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when ice comes for you? Bad boys. The only people that should be worried about this are criminal or illegal immigrants in our country. They shouldn't be here. But you've been listening to people like Stacy Abrams. You've been listening to the fake news. And now what you're doing is showing us that you're a victim of this. This TDS is deep on the inside of this man. He ain't getting paid for this. This guy believes it. And he done went together and put together a poem or something like that. So let's continue.
What you gonna do when they take away your house because your dad got deported and the house was in your dad's name?
Oh boy.
What you gonna do?
See how far their imagination goes? That shows the level of TDS when your imagination starts going beyond reality so far that you can't even make the connection, the logical connection to how far this statement is. How do you even get to that? When you just throw out stuff like this, what you gonna do? When the moon and the stars just fall on your head? What you gonna do when the sun don't shine on your house no more? What you gonna do when they tell you can't breathe air no more? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they go ahead and sew your mouth shut? What you gonna do? You know that's coming, right? You know that's coming. Imagination so far out that you're going, dude, how are you gonna support any of these radical, crazy claims that you're making? And it's all because they got to you.
What you gonna do when they force themselves on you and you gotta have a baby now? And you gotta have the baby because you go to jail sooner for an abortion than they'll go to jail for. What you gonna do?
Where did that come from? He right now is leading in TDS. Yeah, we're gonna be forcing folks to have babies. Not to mention, not only forcing them to have our babies, but our babies, because we're gonna have our way with them. Just like slavery. Could you come into the house for a little bit? And have the baby. This is crazy. Do you understand? There's no reason for that statement. He just added that one in for good measure. So now we're going to be forcing people to get pregnant by, I guess, us, and then making them have the baby. Let's continue though.
What you about to do when they install incinerators at these camps?
Oh,
these detention camps. What you about to do when they do that?
Oh God. Oh my God. This guy right now he's gonna be hard to beat when it comes down to who wins the Trump derangement syndrome award. That man just said, what you gonna do when they install incinerators at these camps? Oh man, I'm telling you, man, he don't realize how dumb he sounds right now. This is some TDS to make you think of that. You come up with that. I mean, as if even conservatives would tolerate that. I mean, I would be the first to be like, hey, what the heck is going on here? Yo, okay now, okay. But here's this fool, what you gonna do? Yeah, he think he's dropping knowledge, y'all. Yeah, what you gonna do when they install incinerators at these consulates? What you gonna do? Tell us more about what we gonna do.
What you gonna do when they start taxing you more and taxing the rich less? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they start taking your name out of the system? So when police pull you over and they check for your name, they say you're not a legal citizen. Like you.
Yeah, because you're probably not a legal citizen. Ain't gonna be taking your name out if you're legitimate. Where's this even coming from? Like what evidence do we have? So now let me understand. There's somebody out there that's all right there. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna target American citizens, and we're gonna go ahead and remove their name from the citizenship list, so that when we pull them over, that'll give us an excuse to just go ahead and lock them up, take them away. And I'm going, where'd that come from? Where is this the imagination? TDS compromises your common sense and you start imagining stuff. This guy right now is dropping all kind of craziness.
Not in the system. But you know you been here for years. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? When the judge who gets assigned to your case wears a white hood in his spare time.
Oh, God. I don't know, guys. He's going to be hard to beat. So the judge that are assigned to your case wears a white robe in his spare time. They're not Democrats unless they're a Democrat judge, which if that's the case, you ain't got to worry about nothing. Yeah, they might let you out the back door if you're a Democrat judge. But yet here we go. The Ku Klux Klan is all back, y'all. It's in effect. Right now, in his mind, it's real. But you can't go find me anybody running around with hoods or anything like that. No. Back in the day, they had open meetings. Nobody thinks it's cool anymore to be a part of the Klan. They're not openly out there having meetings in the public no more. What's going on with them? This fool, what you gonna do when you're... All right, but wait, he ain't done with the TDS.
What you gonna do?
And he thinks he dropped it. But here's another one. Here's another one. So now, okay, y'all saw his level of TDS. Okay, now here is a transgender influencer who is about to go on a rant that he done put together and wrote. And boy, this one gets far out there. You wonder why these folks out there attacking ICE? Listen to this one. You tell me now. Remember, keep in mind the first crazy dude and all of his craziness. Here's the next one.
And I need y'all to hear me like our lives depend on it, because they do.
Okay.
We are not in a political debate.
We're not?
We are in a war.
What?
Not a metaphorical one, not a symbolic one, but a strategic, well-funded, policy-backed, legally armed war for the soul of this country and the bodies of every person that don't fit the mold of a straight, cis, Christian, white man.
There you go. Now, you already see the TDS kicked in early in this speech. Yeah, I thought we're in that war. Yeah, well, you're right. We're in a war with the crazy radical left that's trying to bring in communism to our country. You're right. It's a big fat culture war that y'all introduced and brought to us, and we weren't even looking for it. But here, this person thinks that we're in a war. Now, imagine if you are a dumb liberal listening to this person. Listen to her crazy TDS imagination.
And the wild part is half of y'all still don't see it. You're playing checkers on a chessboard that's already been cleared.
Oh.
You think that they're just coming for trans folks, for queer kids, for immigrants, for poor people.
And you think they are too. And they're not. That's the crazy part. Ain't nobody coming after you. Ain't nobody coming after trans kids. There's no such thing as a trans kid. Ain't nobody coming after the poor. We're trying to make the lives better for the poor. But in your mind, because you're wrapped up in identity politics and everything revolves around your victimization and your gender and all of this stuff, all of a sudden now, your interpretation of having common sense policies and fairness in society, by leaving kids alone and keeping y'all out of sports that you shouldn't be in and out of bathrooms, you interpret that as we're coming after them. We're coming after them. We want to make these folks unexist. This is TDS. Now she's mixing in Democrat talking points with her own crazy radical, his own, see, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, you close your eyes, you hear the voice, sounds like a girl, and then you look down at that jaw and go, oh, that's a guy. So now, this person, this man girl, the man girl right here is swearing up and down that, yeah, we're coming after them. And we're not.
Baby, they are coming for order, and they're bringing chaos as a battering ram. White men, the most coddled demographic in American history, have finally realized that they are no longer the majority numerically, and so now they're using power, policy, and platforms to cling to what they can't reclaim, which is control.
Yeah, all sounds good because you're talking real fast, and you're talking like you're sassy, and you think you know what you're talking about, and you're rhythmic, and all of that stuff, and I'm going, a bunch of shite. I see right through all of that. Here we go. The white man to wants control, wants power, all this stuff. These folks have no idea that they're really just a big fat tool of white radical globalist liberals. That's all they are. Yeah, white radical globalist liberals. And this person is out here, thinking that these folks love him rather, and support all of his crazy ideas too. No, they just use you in your craziness to get on board with them. Yeah, we want to go ahead and unite all of the crazy folks out there with whatever crazy thing you got going on together against the white man. Yeah, that's what we want. We don't care if you guys have ideology that bumps heads with each other. We don't care if the feminists over here got to go ahead and team up with the transgender men who are destroying all of the women's sports. We don't care about that. Bring you all together under one common enemy. The white man, y'all. There it is. So let's go ahead and continue hearing this man girl try to drop all this knowledge on us.
They've decided that they can't run the show, and so they'll burn the whole damn theater down. Oh. And the gag is they told us. They told us who they were when they showed up in Charlottesville with tiki torches and khakis.
They showed up in Charlottesville with tiki torches and, there it is. Y'all see it? He's a victim of TDS and of liberal media propaganda. That's what it is. Still hanging on to the tiki torches. Let's continue. Let's see some more vomiting up of propaganda and talking points.
When they stormed the Capitol in broad daylight, they banned books, rewriting the ones they left behind, outlawing truth, targeting teachers, sterilizing trans care, gagging free speech.
Oh, you mean getting all of that wokeness out of the institutions? You mean making sure that our kids aren't indoctrinated to grow up and be like you? That's what it is? You calling that we're going after all of that? So, yeah, we didn't start these fights. Y'all did. We were minding our own business until we saw the transgender on the bus going round and round singing to the kids.
Medicaid, criminalizing being poor, being black, being alive. And while they are passing laws, we're posting memes. Y'all keep waiting for the moment to get bad enough.
Oh, no.
The moment was Roe. The moment was George Floyd.
What?
The moment was Post. The moment was Trayvon, was Euclid, was Obergefell being threatened. It was Tennessee banning drag. It was Florida erasing history. It was Texas legalizing bounty hunts.
Ooh, all sounds good because you're speaking real fast and you're just bringing up a lot of stuff that you hoping that it'll get people all emotional and stuff. Yeah, all of that trash that we all lived through. All it did is made society worse, brought in a lot of division, and solved no problems. None whatsoever. Black community is still horrible. In fact, they help contribute to the black community being horrible by burning it down and tearing it up. Yeah, that's what it is. And then stole all the money. All of these victims you're talking about, where y'all got all angry and start protesting and tearing up stuff, and nothing ever became of it. Nothing ever became. Just like nothing will become of your rant right here that you think is motivating the uprising. So let's go ahead and continue hearing this TDS right here gets vomited up.
On uteruses, it was Alabama writing segregation back into the books with a fresh coat of Christian nationalism.
All of that?
It was Trump saying quiet and screaming at the same time. And it was us arguing over which identity would lead the resistance while the fascists were halfway through their takeover.
Yeah, she's a part of the fascists. She don't know it. Or he don't know it. I think it's a he. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this person right here is a part of the fascists. That's the crazy part about all of these folks running around talking about we're fighting against these fascists. They're fascists.
I am not here to play with y'all.
Oh.
I am not here to say vote.
Oh, shit.
And that I hope that you remember to vote in November.
Oh, no.
I am here to say mobilize or get mowed the down.
Oh my. Sounds radical to me. Sounds like you're encouraging all types of violence. That TDS is bubbling over. It's bubbling over. Let's go ahead and continue. Watch the dismount, y'all. Now remember, we're comparing this person to the first guy.
Because while we're dissecting microaggressions, they're orchestrating genocide in suits and ties. And if that feels extreme to say, then you haven't been paying attention.
No, I've been paying attention. There's no genocide going on. What are you talking about? Making stuff up. I know it sounds all good to crazy radical folks who believe what you believe, but to a regular common sense person, we're going, what the crap is she talking about? I mean, this is unbelievable. Right now, it's a tight one between the first guy and her.
This country is on fire, and instead of water, most of y'all brought vibes.
Oh.
White supremacy doesn't need a new plan. It's using the same playbook that it always had. Divide, distract, dominate. And what are we doing? Sitting in silos playing the oppression Olympics, letting respectability politics babysit our rage, and that ends today. I don't care if you're gay, bi, trans, poor, disabled, undocumented.
Stupid, short, fat, tall, skinny. Don't care. We want everybody to jump on board with our crazy ideology and to start a war against the white man. The white man, okay, for some reason, the white man is responsible for all of this. That's what we want. Yeah, we want all of these millions of folks who voted for Trump to now just drop all of that and the reasons why they voted for Trump, to jump on board with all of your wokeness. That's what you want us to do. Right now, we're listening to you going, wow, I mean, I thought that Trump was doing a great job, and he was tackling some of the crazy woke stuff that was sliding into our society, through good legislation and policies, not dictatorship, and fulfilling the will of the people. But now that I've heard this person come up with this rant, it's changing my mind. Now she's making a call. He's making a call to everybody. Don't care if you're white, short, black, bald, and got a jerry curl, got a club foot. It doesn't matter. We want everybody to come on board and do what?
Documented, formerly incarcerated, fat, femme, sex working, devout, disillusioned, or just trying to make it through the next week. If you are not white, cis, straight, or Christian, and a man with inherited wealth or generational impunity, you are on the list. And if you think for
all of that, you mean to tell me I'm on the list? Listen to the guy, girl. I'm sitting there going, no, wait, I'm not white. I'm not a Christian. I'm not upper class. Oh, wait a minute. I voted for Trump. Am I on the list, Trump? Are you going to go ahead and put me in an incinerator? Unbelievable. This person. Boy, this is identity politics at its worst.
1 second that aligning yourself with whiteness, with maleness, with neutrality will save you is straight or Christian and a man with inherited wealth or...
Okay. This person done blew past the first guy. Right now, he's in the lead. She is in the lead right now. Yeah, just anything that can stick on the wall. If you ain't straight, the upper class, middle class, white, Anglo-Saxon, Christian, cis. Yeah, man. Bringing in all of the stuff right now in the lead.
Generational impunity, you are on the list. And if you think for 1 second that aligning yourself with whiteness, with maleness, with neutrality will...
With maleness too? Wow. I mean, that just blows my mind. I mean, where do I fit in? I can't even align myself with maleness? What the crap are you talking about? Unbelievable. So this person is not only vomiting up all the Democrat talking points and the fake news talking points, but then bringing all of their crazy ideas and radicalism to the rant as well. So right now that puts this person above the other crazy guy we just heard. So Grace Jones, somebody called her Grace Jones. Grace Jones is about to wrap it up. Here we go.
Save you, baby. You are building the gallows with your silence.
Oh, you are?
So let's get honest. You want to know why they're winning? It's because they're unifying fear.
Oh, because they got good policies and people recognize that. And they also listen to people like you and say, these people are crazy. Therefore, we probably should vote for the person who they claim is crazy, but he's sane. Maybe, is that why? Is that why we're winning? But no, according to this person, we're winning because of what?
You want to know why we keep losing? It's because we fracturing ego. The right builds armies and the left builds hashtags. This is your claim.
Darn right. And y'all don't even build hashtags very well. Y'all can't meme. And we're over building armies, right? MAGA army. That's right. Let's continue.
Clarion call. If you were wondering where the revolution is, it's wherever you are standing. If you were wondering what to do, start where you are. Call your lawmakers. Shut down your boardroom. Go and fund black and queer and trans-led organizations.
No. We're not going to be doing that. We're not going to be doing that. Go and fund black and queer and transgender organizations. See? Whole life is wrapped up in identity politics. These people live a miserable life. Constantly looking at some type of injustice and victimization and stuff like that. Mad for nothing. Mad for nothing. And you know the crazy part? Get on here, drop all this rant, but ain't gonna bust a grape. Ain't gonna get out there and be about it like she's encouraging all of the Looney Tunes to go out and do. So what do you want us to do again, guy girl?
Walk out, sit in, raise hell, and do it now. Because when they come knocking for the next person, don't you dare act surprised.
Yeah, it'd be funny if while this person's ranting, you hear the door, doom, 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 doom. Right there. Excuse me. Hold on, Dad. I'll be right back. We saw you on the internet talking crazy. Since we're a dictatorship and your rights are being rolled back, you're under arrest. But can I at least turn my live stream off? I was making a video. No, just let it go ahead and keep running until the battery dies. You're gone. Yeah, that'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? But that's not happening. That's not happening to this guy girl right here. Yeah, free to get on here and vomit up this stuff.
That there's nobody left to answer the door for you. If it gets you fired, let it.
Y'all hear that? Yeah, get your butt fired like the people that was on my live stream last night that I highlighted. Yeah, the girl who went off on the rant about the kids who unfortunately drowned. Yeah, got her butt fired. Or the doctor who brought politics in and, put some stuff on the internet, got her butt fired. Yeah, just do that, y'all. Listen to the crazy guy girl right here and get yourself fired.
If it finally makes them mad enough to see you, let it. Because, baby, if we don't act, we are not surviving. We are surrendering.
Oh.
And I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't born to die quietly.
Oh, no.
I was born to be a problem.
And you are one. Yeah, you are a problem and got problems. You don't even know it. See, when you're crazy, you have no idea you're crazy. Yeah, but you're a problem, all right. Yeah, most folks listening to you and looking at you, they're going to go, this person's crazy. They got a problem. But let's continue, though.
So let's become a problem that they can't solve together.
Y'all hear that?
Lighten up, Francis.
Thank you. Lighten up, Francis, because that's probably his real name. Lighten up, Francis. So y'all heard that rant? All right, now here we go. Tell me right now, number 1 or 2, which one of those two are in the lead when it comes down to severe case? I got another one. Severe case of TDS. Is it the first guy or her? Him. Her. There we go. Whatever it is. But yeah, that person need to lighten up. But wait. We got a third contender. A third and final contender. Here we go, y'all.
I'm not trying to scare nobody.
Hey, that's Ricky Smiley, the washed up comedian. Opening up talking about, I'm not trying to scare nobody. That means I'm about to try to scare you. That's what that means. That's like when people say, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Well, you know what's coming. Something very disrespectful. So now let's hear Ricky, very low testosterone Smiley, up here vomit up talking points from the Democrats and hyperbole. Here we go.
But we are in danger.
We are?
If you haven't been watching the news and checking out everything that's going on.
We are in danger? I didn't know that. That's news to me. That's news to me. Okay? I'm thinking we feel more safe now than ever before. I'm like, boy, I don't know. What kind of danger are you? Now, once again, if you're living inside your TDS brain, you're looking around thinking everything's coming after you. I'm in danger. This right now, this is DEFCON 5. I got to do what Rosie O'Donnell did. Move for nothing. Now, understand this guy and every single one of these people who went on this rant all live in America and is not trying to leave. So this shows that this is all a part of their own imagination. Because if the things that they're saying was real to them, they would leave. I don't know about y'all. I would have been out. So let's go ahead and finish hearing this old washed up, once potentially funny comedian go ahead and embarrass himself.
We're in a lot of danger right now.
We in a lot of danger? Really?
Because the Constitution, the United States Constitution, as we knew it, they about to cut all through that.
Now, do you think Ricky Smiley knows about the Constitution? You think he's reading up on it? You think he's a constitutional scholar? This guy turns on MSNBC, catch a couple radical black race-baiting commentators, and then that's how he formulates his political views. There it is. So now let's go ahead and finish hearing if he is going to take first place in the woke contest.
And we are accustomed to having rights.
What?
All of your rights. All of our rights is at risk right now.
Like what? I bet you he can't name any of them. Now put it in his head. All of our rights are at risk right now. Because I've been hearing Democrats get on TV and say that constantly. All of our rights right now are being rolled back. All of our rights are at risk right now. And I'm going, oh, now that makes sense. That's where you got that from. Yeah, you didn't get it from your own brain, your own common sense, your own studying. No, you didn't get it from there. You got it from them telling you this. But the reality is different from what they told you. You're talking about all our rights are in danger right now. And I'm going, how? Where? Why are you still there? How are you on the internet? Why aren't you fleeing? I should see your back right now running down to the shore to get on a boat back to Africa because you are about to go ahead and be snatched up and stuff like that. But you're not. You're sitting here making videos about how dangerous it is, talking about I don't mean to scare y'all. Come on, think of it.
Make America great again.
Yeah, I love it.
As far as this administration and the way he is going and the way things are going.
Yeah.
And when they say great again, that means
what? This is MAGA country now. You mean like that? That's what that means? It means what? A secure border, law and order, the great trade deals, great economy, that stuff. That's what that means. But no, according to him, it means what?
Your ass don't have no rights.
Oh, that's what that means. Now, I'm thinking as a black man, I should be concerned, right? Because I feel like I got all my rights. I'm pretty sure. But I'm not walking around living delusional like this man right here. Yeah. So let's continue hearing his delusion.
If you go and watch Joy Reid videos.
Oh, now there you go. That's your problem right there. This man just referenced Joy Reid. That explains a lot. There it is. That's what got to you right there. She spread it, that TDS to you. You done caught it from Joy Reid. You know you can't be messing around with Joyless Reid. You might come home with anything. Now you come home with stupidity, nonsense, all kind of razzmatazz. You got all of that. And some TDS.
If you get an opportunity to watch Joy Reid videos, go watch them. You'll learn a lot.
Man, don't be spreading that mess. That's like telling some guy, man, you need to sleep with this girl down the street that got herpes. What are you talking about? Don't be sending folks there to contract that mess. So here it is. You need to go check out Joy Reid. I don't know. Just that statement alone might have bumped him up a couple notches in the TDS contest. Here we go.
especially her video on slavery.
Oh, God.
We're gonna wait till the midterm election comes. Ain't gonna be no midterm election.
Oh, jeez, oh, man. So now you see how the election denial is working? Y'all see it? It's spread it. Now this guy's talking about ain't gonna be no midterm elections. Yeah, man, they getting these people ready for a butt whooping so they can all come out and say Trump cheated.
You better look into getting a dual citizenship somewhere.
For what?
If you can.
If you
because
Because what?
Yep. Things about to get ugly.
Yeah, how? What are you talking about? Dual citizenship. Yeah, you go right on ahead and do that. You go right on it. You and all your friends. Take all of you. All of us. Take the main girl with you. Take the other crazy comedian with you. Take all of you. Why not take all of you? And go. Because that's exactly what would be happening if everything that these crazy folks just ranted about was real.
Things about to get really ugly.
How? Where? What were you talking about?
And I'm scared.
Oh, God. Did you hear that? That man just said he's scared. Even if you were, you never say that as a man on the internet. Scared. I'm so scared. He talking like he's a full-blown slave. I'm so scared. I got away from massa. I was just trying to make it to the north, but I was scared.
Scared.
Unbelievable.
It might be a point where
for nothing, scared for
we're gonna
nothing.
have to pack up our families and leave because if ICE
My goodness.
can get immigrants or whatever and just go and get them and without their due process in court.
This should be a case study. That mess worked. All of that lie, all of those lies, all of that, the propaganda that Joy and the news and the Democrats have been pushing work perfectly on this guy. He's a prototype Democrat supporter. He is saying exactly what they have been lying to him about. We need to study this guy. Be like, all right, it worked amazingly on Ricky Smiley. I mean, he's pretty much a script, word for word, on everything that the Democrats have told him. Everything.
Why can't they do it to everybody else?
Yep, same thing they've been saying. If they could take all these people's rights and not take away their due process and stuff, then he could do it to anybody. He could do it to anybody. Pass that down to Ricky Smiley and let him go ahead and put it on the internet. And he did it. He did it.
Now they're doing it to Haitians. And who do you think is next? And they don't give a damn if you're a Democrat or a Republican.
Holy moly. I bet you they're fascinated at how good that worked. They're all in their think tanks going, wow, we didn't expect it to work that great on Ricky Smiley. Sheesh, I mean, bits and pieces, but this guy's word for word. He's word for word on the propaganda. This TDS is deep in this guy.
They don't care.
They don't care. Look, are you serious?
They don't care.
They don't care. Oh, man.
Good afternoon.
What? Get out of here, Siri. Ruining my show. Oops, I'm sorry.
I couldn't find ruining my shoe in your Apple Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station.
No, thank you. Go away. All right, couldn't find ruining my show in my library. All right, let's get back to Ricky Smiley crying and talking about he's scared and y'all and stuff like that.
These white supremacy concentration camps.
Oh, God.
They're all over the country.
All over the country. White supremacy concentration camps. All over the country.
Stocking up on weapons.
Stocking up on weapons.
And everything. As if they are preparing for a war. While we out here popping fans.
Ricky.
Boots on the ground.
Ricky, can't you see? Somehow the Democrats manipulated you.
They got real boots on the ground. Because, and the thing about it is, I don't care what you file in court.
Yeah.
The Trump administration defied federal judges' court orders and stuff.
That's news to me.
What's going to happen? They can't put him in jail.
Well, like they tried to do? Like they raided his house? Like under the Democrats? Tried to take him out? All of that stuff? You mean like that? You mean like that? Huh, Ricky Smiley? This guy is a complete embarrassment. He has no idea. But I guess this is what you do when you're a washed up comedian, can't make jokes and be funny no more because he done tapped into wokeness anyway. Yeah, any comedian who gets out there supporting Democrats, they really can't enjoy being a comedian like they used to be anyway. Because now all of a sudden your mind is occupied with this TDS and this wokeness. Hey, you're not going to be bringing in the people going, man, I just come to hear some laughs. I don't come to hear you rant. I saw you on the internet whining about you was scared and stuff. I can't look at you the same way no more. Yeah, you done went ahead and showed us how simple-minded you are. Talking about some, I'm scared. And they're going to, all of this stuff they're going to do to us and the white supremacists.
He has control of the military.
Oh, boy.
What's going to happen? If he defy a court order.
Oh.
He's the president.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Okay.
Ricky, stop while you're ahead.
Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open. For what?
Go to Joy Reid page.
Go to Joy Reid's page. You see him drop out a reference on the way out. That seals the deal. Ricky is listening to Joy Reid. He's getting his intel from the woman who got fired because she was that crazy and radical. Oh, Ricky, have you fallen so far from grace?
Go listen to what Roland Martin has to say.
That's even worse. Oh my goodness! But wait, guys. There's a couple people who aren't, just turning the camera on and doing this. We got some people actually on the network saying stupid stuff too, like this.
Oh, he's talking about you. It's us. He's not going to, say, oh, you're with a white guy. I'm going to keep you from being deported. No, he's going to deport you and put the white guy with someone else. The man is out there.
Unlike you, Whoopi, with that crazy statement right there. She's a believer. Right now, Whoopi would do this without getting paid. She would get out there and say that same stupid thing without getting paid prostitution money. She's a prostitute for free. See? Yeah, because she really believes it. So now the predator comes out here, rocks in the voice. Okay, Whoopi Cushion talking about they'll put the white, if you white, but he'll put the white people different because he's out there. And I bet you everybody in the audience was going, no, you're out there with a statement like that. So Trump's going to now just start arresting white folks and colored folks, and just for some reason, I'm going to take the time to arrest you white people, but I'm not going to put you with the blacks. We don't want to put you in there with the blacks and all of that stuff. So yeah, we're going to arrest you, but we're going to put you in there with the whites only. That's what we're going to do. Do you understand how stupid she is and how stupid she sounds? But they keep putting her on there. They keep allowing her to embarrass herself. Nobody has the grace and the compassion enough to say, Whoopi is embarrassing. She's making herself look crazy. Maybe we should go ahead and get her out of here. But wait, there's one more, y'all.
I think this is the challenge.
Look at this one. Look at this one. I think she once had a show, but she lost it. So now watch this rant.
I have with even talking about this, we are normalizing a government agency disappearing people.
The stupid terms they come up with and concepts. They're normalizing the government agency disappearing people. What people? That's my question. See, these things they don't like to major. They don't like to get in to the details of what people are you referring to. You're just saying the government is disappearing people. What's their motive? Why are they doing this? What people are they disappearing? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just want everybody to think Trump and walking on randomly. I think that was a good one. Let's disappear that person. And what does disappearing a person mean? That's my question. What, they no longer exist? Unbelievable.
We are normalizing, we're talking about it like it's no big deal that they are kidnapping people and transporting them to concentration camps.
Look at this. And they're allowing her to sit back on a network and vomit this mess up. Kidnapping people. She is making such a drastic claim that the government is kidnapping people and taking them to concentration camps. And Abby Phillips is sitting there probably scared to say, maybe you're going a little too far with that one. That's kind of crazy. That's out there. So now, we're to believe that our government is kidnapping American citizens, because notice, she don't want to ever even mention the fact that this only applies to illegal immigrants that are being deported. She wants us to think that the government is just kidnapping random people and making them disappear and putting them in concentration camps. Use the word that everybody thinks of when they say concentration camp. That's Nazi Germany. This is like something Hitler would do, because that's why you use that word just so people will go, I'm making a connection. So they're treating these people like Hitler did?
both domestic and foreign. That is not.
That's kind of insulting to.
I think it's insulting what they're doing. It is not insulting.
Uh-oh, now here it is, y'all. She's about to go into her angry black woman stuff. You can't check me. You can't go ahead and call me out for this because I'm black and I know that. I know all of that stuff, and you can't, and a white woman can't tell me anything, and you know what? Yeah, go into the personal attacks on this lady. So here we go. Watch it. Watch how she do it. This is how she defends herself. Go into my angry black woman stuff.
Insulting to Jewish. I find it insulting that you could even fix your mouth to defend this disgusting behavior.
But yet you don't find it, disgusting that you would reference one of the worst things that ever took place in history and compare it to what's going on with these illegal immigrants that are simply being taken to these holding facilities and most likely either going to be deported or, whatever. Yeah. Versus the Jews that never came back. Throw them on a train, take them away, never see them again. Kids, like last time I saw my mom and dad, they put them on the train, that was it. That was it. And this fool is sitting on here talking about something. I'm offended that you would even, because she know what she just said was a stupid, over-the-top, dramatic comparison. Just like when they compare Trump to Hitler and stuff like that. So now, to defend that stupid statement, let me get sassy and mad and tell you that, I'm offended by what you...
It's not a death.
It doesn't matter. It's a concentration camp what they're doing, and they are disappearing people, claiming that these are people who have committed the most harsh crimes. But
just because you just said it, it doesn't matter whether it made sense or not what I just said. I'm just saying that it's a concentration camp where they are disappearing people, and that's it. That's the last thing I got to say about that. Because I'm sure when we get to these concentration camps, we'll find incinerators, we'll find rooms where they're running experiments on these people. We'll find all the stuff that we would expect to find in a concentration camp. That's what we would find. Now, once again, you got to go way over the top for all of your radical people to go out and do crazy things in the streets because they think it's a concentration camp.
According to the reporting, less than 10% of these people have committed harsh crimes.
No. Whether you committed a harsh crime or the crime of coming across our border illegally. Either way, you got to go.
So to do the Victim Olympics and decide who had it worse, I can tell
Who had it worse? That's the Victim Olympics? Who had it worse? It's not even close. I mean, what race are you watching? The Holocaust, done finished the race and is resting right now while this thing she's talking about just getting started. It's not even close. And the people are leaving the stadium right about now. They're like, are they going to finish? I mean, I'm not going to sit around and wait. I'm out of here. This woman's talking about, let's not do that, the Victim Olympics. It's not even in the same arena. And here this fool is.
Tell you, I can participate in that too. And everybody who says, oh, this is not the America I know, I can guarantee you.
How can you participate in the Victim Olympics by using a reference to the Holocaust? What are you going to use? What, slavery? That was way before the Holocaust. Totally different motives and everything. So what are you talking about? I could do that too. No, you can't. You just did it. You just went ahead and brought in something that you know was going to be challenged. You didn't stop to think how people might perceive what you just said about these concentration camps. We're just going to let that go over our heads? Like, wait a minute. I got enough brains to know a concentration camp probably isn't what's taking place right about now with these illegal immigrants.
It is the America. Can I ask you a point, please?
Yes.
We are the fact that we're presenting this like it's political fodder, that a government agency is disappearing people. It is not a political point. It has nothing to do.
You're doing just that. It is a political point that you're using to try to turn sentiment away from deportation. These aren't concentration camps. These people are here illegally, but you don't even want to mention that. You don't want to mention that. Yeah, you want to make it seem like these are just regular, everyday American citizens that are being drug off. That's what you're doing. They're going to compare it to concentration camps. But yet, you want all these people to stay. So now let's finish hearing her demonize ICE and the administration for running concentration camps.
Do with Jewish people, because despite the fact that 20% of immigrants in this country are white, we do not see white people getting carted off to concentration camps.
Yeah, see, now you bring in race. That 20% of the people here are white. They don't see them. No, you know why you don't see them? Because we're not distinguishing whether people get taken off to these holding facilities based on race. It's based on citizenship, but you want to make it seem like it's based on race. Notice how she did that. You see the sleight of hand right here? So she slides it in. The white people aren't being taken off. Well, if you're a white illegal immigrant, you would be. If you are a man from Russia and you snuck across the border, you would be. You would be taken away. So what are you talking about? But you don't want to mention that, though. You want to make it seem like it's just a race thing and not an illegal versus legal issue. These people are so deceptive, and yet they let her get on there and vomit this trash up.
So if we can just focus on the people who are harmed the most by this, and not make yourself or somebody else the center of attention.
Unbelievable. Yeah, they're yourself. So wait, by bringing up a logical response to her saying that, and said, whoa, don't you think that's a little offensive to the Jews and people who actually went through the Holocaust? All right, you brought it up. You the one made the comparison, talking about some dang on concentration camps. But now when you get called out on your BS, now you're talking about don't make it about you or try to politicize it. As I use one of the biggest over-the-top hyperbole comparisons that you could ever make.
When that's not who's getting impacted by this.
Jewish, but I'm saying,
or anyone else the center of attention.
Tensions are so heightened. Using that kind of language, I think, is not helpful.
The tensions are heightened because this BS administration is kidnapping people. It has nothing.
Wow. She wins. She wins, hands down. But not in the category of the other three. Because the other three, you know, they just turned on their cell phone and made stupid stuff. So they're originalists. She's a propagandist and a Marxist. You hear this chick.
Nothing to do with my language. It has to do with the actions that are being taken by this administration.
Oh, that's what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with my language. Don't go ahead and marinate on what I just said. Now, don't keep reminding me of how crazy and over the top what I just compared that to. Don't keep reminding me of that. Take your focus off of that stupidity. And get on to what I'm trying to get you to focus on. That the administration is disappearing people that aren't really being disappeared.
How many people have disappeared that you've never heard from again and we don't know anything
Now
about?
she's embarrassing all the black people. The white lady sitting there with her hands down, trying to converse. What is the black angry girl doing? And this and that, and her finger in the face. And let me tell you something. And you know what I'm offended of? And this and that. You're giving us a bad name. They ain't going to day. You know what? So let's finish listening to Day.
About them and where they've gone.
Thousands of people.
Are you never heard about them? Where they're going? Nothing really.
Are you a reporter? Are you?
Thousands of people are just missing. No, I think we know where they're at. You might can't talk to them. You can't go visit them, but we know where they're at. But yet this person, thousands of people. Where'd you get that number from?
You're not a reporter? Yes, thousands of people.
We managed to find
Thousands
people
of
in
people.
El Salvadoran prisons who,
I'm sorry, I just want to be clear. Are you defending what's happening in the
See, now there it is. Let me go ahead and attack your character because you are a rational thinking woman who are going, whoa, concentration camps, is that really happening now? Don't you think you're going a little too over the top? Wait a minute. I'm sorry, are you defending? So now I want to put you in a position to feel insecure about what you're defending because you know what I'm coming with. You must be a racist. You must be defending all of this white supremacy and this the Nazi type behavior. That's what I'm about to do, so I'm going to back you up off of me.
It sounds like accurate about what's happening.
I'm being very accurate, and it is very
I'm being very accurate. I'm very accurate when I describe these places as concentration camps.
Disgusting what this administration is doing. And 10, 5, 6 months, 20 years from now.
And watch this. Here, look how she dismounts this by going ahead and impugning this woman's character.
I hope that you can look back at this very clip and realize that you were on the wrong side of history if you're trying to remotely defend what's happening. There are fathers, mothers, and young people who are being carted off to concentration camps.
Concentration camps. I hope you look back to this. No, I hope she looks back and say, boy, that lady was stupid. I can't even believe I was on that show with a person this ignorant and this insensitive enough to get out there and try just for political points and to radicalize their base and using comparisons that are offensive to people. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I needed to go big because I want people angry. I can't just say these are holding facilities. That's not good enough. That ain't gonna make people mad enough. It ain't gonna radicalize the crazies enough. We gotta go ahead and drop concentration camp out there. And when you call me on it, I gotta silence you, I gotta overtalk you, I gotta do this in your face, and I gotta question your character and all of that. Because I know what I just did was stupid.
And less than 10% of these people have committed any sort of violent crime.
According to Axios, some are even being told they need to be more willing to go out there and get shot when fighting. That was a direct quote, get shot.
Now you see, You see where all of this led to? Now you got them out there saying these Democrats need to be able to put their life on the line if y'all about it. If y'all really about you know what, I want to go see Mr. Garcia and I'm willing to take a bullet for him. See, yeah. So now this is what their base wants because see, they did this. They created an expectation that they cannot even live up to. They've been telling these people, look, man, the Constitution is at attack. Trump's Hitler. He's a Nazi. And these are concentration camps. But we're not going out there and doing nothing about it. And we want you guys to do it. We want you guys to be brainwashed and stupid enough to go out there and commit acts of violence against ICE, acts of violence, against the Border Patrol. We want y'all to do it. But we're not going to do it because we know it's fake. We know these are lies. These are lies that really are designed to radicalize you. And then we deny the violence that goes on the left. So let's see this nasty, stinking, monotone politician right here.
When fighting back against some of Trump's policies, one House Democrat saying, quote, and I'll read it to you, our own base is telling us that what we're doing is not good enough. There needs to be blood to grab the attention of the press and the public. How do you respond to that, Leader Jeffries? Are Democrats not meeting the limit, not doing enough to fight these developments?
Well, we are in a more is more environment in terms of the unprecedented assault on the American way of life and our country that has been launched by Donald Trump and compliant House Republicans.
Now you see that? You see what he did? One, he didn't answer the question. Hawker Jeffries, are you willing to take a bullet for all your propaganda? And your lying and your hyperbole? As you jump right over responding to the question and did more propaganda and hyperbole? Donald Trump and all of this destroying the Constitution and rolling back our rights and all that stuff. And then you get people like this. And you wonder why ICE is being attacked. You wonder why they got to cover their face because of radicals online like this guy.
Saw what was happening in this country after reading Project 2025, after watching Trump's first administration and certainly hearing his campaign rhetoric on the trail for the second. I had to do something to fight back. And when we see 5-year-olds in courtrooms without representation,
once again, hyperbole and lies. So wait, let me understand. The 5-year-old showed up by itself. That's what it is. They're not standing there next to their parent who says, oh, I'm going to take my kid with me. Back to wherever I came from. So the kid's just there by himself. Border Patrol rolling around like, hey man, you see that little dude over there? See that little dude over there by himself? Let's go snatch him up. Take him to court. What do you mean you don't know your rights, kid? I guess I'm only 5 years old. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you're about to be deported, buddy. So now, you hear this guy? Just made that statement knowing that that is not true. But hey, he don't care because he wants to radicalize people. Here we go.
When we see college students being disappeared for their political beliefs, and even worse, when we see babies being ripped from their mothers.
No, those people aren't disappeared. They're sent back home. You came here to get an education, not to go ahead and cause trouble on our campuses and radicalize other people and then start violent protests and stuff like that. Take your butt home. You're a guest. Mind your manners. Yeah, I shouldn't be focusing on you. If you're the guest in my house and I'm hearing noise and rock and roll all in the middle of the night, you don't stop to think that maybe I should be kind of cool and you know what I'm saying? He is tolerating me. I'm a guest. Leaving dishes everywhere, acting a fool, and then you're mad when I say, go home. So here he is, that disappearing college student for their political beliefs.
Arms while they're screaming for their children.
Ripping kids out their arms while they're screaming for their children. Show me that. I want to see that.
In the name of patriotism in this country, I really think we're watching history repeat itself. And, Ice Block was about the best way I could think of.
What part of history? What part of history you talk about that we're looking at history repeat itself? What part of history? Show me the part of history where your country was invaded by millions and millions of folks who aren't citizens, illegal immigrants, and you politely give them opportunities to leave and would assist them. Show me what part of history did that take place in? I mean, I would think that most likely all of them would be slaughtered coming across the border. That's what I would think. Yeah, I would think if you did have to get rid of them in history, it would be by any means necessary. Not inviting them to fly home, giving them a stipend. Yeah. So what part of history? Show me the part of history where the government said, let's go ahead and in 3.5 years bring in over 12 million illegal immigrants into our country. And they get mad when the next president say, you guys got to go home. Okay, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out the country. So now look at this guy and his strategy to go ahead and punish ICE and intimidate them.
Fight back.
Does the app encourage anyone to do anything illegal?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, because I can't say that here, because Pam Bondi and the FBI might be looking into me. So what I'm going to say is no. This app is just designed to let y'all know where ICE is.
Our whole thing is inform, not obstruct. In fact, multiple times throughout the app, it says for informational purposes only. The idea of this...
Informational purposes. So wait, you want people to just go, oh, thanks for letting me know there's a raid going on. Well, okay, put my phone back in my pocket. That's the response you want? Just for informational purposes? Or to let people that might be worried about ICE coming say, oh, shoot, ICE is on its way, I got to leave? So either way, you're either obstructing ICE by sending them notifications, letting them know ICE is coming, or you're motivating people to go down there and obstruct ICE from arresting those people. Either way, this app right here is putting ICE in danger.
This is if you get a notification and you're walking down the street and it says, hey, ICE has been reported 4 blocks ahead of you, we encourage our users to turn left, turn around, keep yourself and your family safe.
Y'all hear that? Our users have to turn around. You mean the illegal immigrants. Why would you need to turn around if you're an American citizen? Why would you need to go the opposite direction? Why would you be worried about ICE coming after you if you're a legitimate American citizen? So basically what you're doing is you're trying to tell illegal immigrants to look out. But hey, it's just an app. It's just an app. Or everybody, mobilize to come in and harass ICE while they are harassing those people. Somebody said, Bob, y'all want a piece of Bob. That's right, man. He'll be coming soon, don't worry.
Avoid confrontation in the first place. As of yesterday, we have 541,000 users across this nation. So I can't be happier with the amount of people that have accepted it and are using it, and it's growing every minute. This is a reporting tool. This is an early warning system. So in 2 taps, somebody can report an ICE sighting and alert those around them within a 5-mile radius.
And today,
a 5-mile radius. So now, what is the real goal for that app? To do what?
San Francisco, the far left weren't just dodging the human poop epidemic, they were attacking ICE agents trying to do their job.
There it is. All right, app people, or what those shoot. That's like a block away. You know what, everybody? Let's go over there and harass ICE. All right, so let's see what's going on, because the Democrats surely, as they watch these clips, should be like, we disavow this. We're sorry for labeling ICE as the Gestapo and all of that stuff. Maybe you guys are going a little overboard with your reaction to ICE. Look at that. What's with the screaming? Why are these people's faces covered? Yeah, they want ICE to have their faces revealed, but yet all of them in that audience got their faces covered.
So much screeching.
Yeah, lots of screeching. But wait, it gets worse, y'all. Look at this old lady punk right here that mugs this ICE agent in the face. Look at this. With that blue hair. Here it comes. There it is. Now, she's lucky she didn't get her whole arm ripped off. She's lucky she didn't get drug into a full Nelson. I'm surprised he didn't put her in the Bob Backlund chicken wing. She's lucky. Yeah, but that's how emboldened they are. That's how crazy they are. Democrats do not care if these people either hurt somebody when it comes down to ICE or ends up getting hurt because they really think that they're doing a great service by protecting these just everyday citizens that are being deported and taken off to concentration camps, only to end up in jail. And all because they believe the Democrats' propaganda.
Oh, lady, you can't do that.
Schiff spoke with a farmer who said that 20 of his workers did not show up because they fear Trump's immigration checkpoints. Look at this.
That's right.
Our farmer Joe Del Bosque told the senator 20 of his workers haven't shown up due to fears over immigration checkpoints.
There aren't going to be people to pick the food. It's going to go rotten in the fields. And
y'all hear bug-eye Schiff? Y'all see pencil neck watermelon shaped head? Somebody must have went in the watermelon patch to pick your head. Dang on it. I thought I need immigrants because I had a watermelon shaped head myself. And thanks to the immigrants picking my watermelon head out of the patch. So now he's trying to say that we need our serf labor here right now.
And that means that the fruit that is and vegetables that are picked, the price is going to get.
Y'all, listen to this. The irony in this entire story
is what?
It is absolutely laughable. laughable. You gotta watch this video. So here's the backstory. ICE is going to pick up somebody in this whole little farm area, right?
Okay.
So when they got there were plenty of others that were illegal. And guess what? They were picking all of them up since they were there collectively.
Yeah, you know the rules. You heard it. Tom the Hammer Holman, he said nobody's off the table. He said if we have to show up to grab or snatch a couple folks on the list and we find another 20 or 30 on the list, then hey, it tis what it tis. So now, of course, here comes the people probably who got the app notification or maybe Soros money or something like got together a bus or something to get them out there real quick, and it all goes bad.
Now, they went over there and a whole mess of people showed up too to protest.
How is that?
They were protesting, and guess what? They were obstructing justice and somebody got shot. And now these people who are anti-ICE, anti-police, anti-law, anti-Trump,
all of that. What happened when the tables got turned?
Are calling the police for help. Listen in.
Running through the fields. Where they're shooting us through the fucking fields.
They're shooting
us, and where's the fucking police?
What? Where's the police? These are the same people who'll be out there going, F the police, coming straight from the underground. A young brother got it bad because I'm brown. These will be the same people that abolish the police. They're pigs, they're fascists, they're racist. Now all of a sudden, they call the police. But let's hear some more of them begging for the police.
Call 911!
Someone please call 911. Tell them I just got shot down. In a big fat marijuana field.
911!
Call 911! Where's the police?
Where's the police?
We need the police!
We're literally chanting and they're shooting at us.
Oh boy.
There's fucking 80-year-old ladies right here protesting and they're shooting at us.
And that's a problem. Why did somebody at 80 years old got the nerve to go down there to a weed, field and protesting? She should be somewhere home, soaking her feet or something. But nope, she's down there because she's radicalized. That's the base of the Democrats. But now they want the cops, y'all. They want the cops.
Where's the police? Where is the police?
Nowhere to be found. Police don't want to come and support y'all with your radical anti-police, anti-law enforcement behavior and attitudes. But when it's flipped on you, you want the cops.
Someone call the police.
Call the police.
Where is the police at?
Where's the police at? Soy boy. This dude ain't got no base. You can tell he's straight up liberal. You can tell it in the accent. The police.
Where is the police? Where is the police?
The police.
Call the police.
So when they show up, you guys will call them pigs and fascists and stuff like that?
Where is the police? Oh, get on the phone with the police. Look at us. You have a phone, bro? Can I borrow it really quick?
Oh, he want to borrow a phone, y'all. He want to borrow a phone to call 911.
Yeah, I'm gonna call the police. Let's see what they say.
They said you're shit out of luck.
That's what they said. You are shite out of luck. Yeah, you get that call over the 911. Hello, I'm the blue-haired person. What, can you sit 911? I got camel toe slippers on with a man butt. And I got purple hair. You'll be able to see me standing out like a crayon. Okay? And so could you sit... Hello? 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 Where's the police?
Moments ago, federal agents were seen squaring off with protesters. You're looking at brand new video of tear gas being fired into the crowd of demonstrators. At one point, one of the protesters was detained. After the tear gas was deployed, several people were seen throwing rocks back at the agents.
Throwing rocks back at the agents. Now, do you see? You see what the Democrats have done? But yet, they don't take no accountability in regards to one, mobilizing these people, because somebody is putting these people together and bringing them to these places real quick. But number two, the attitude and tactics of these people are really equal to the hyperbole coming from the Democrats. So now look at this. They're not owning all of the violence now that's coming out of their
Newspaper Leo Stallworth was caught in the middle of the chaos as the tear gas began to fly.
Watch his
He was
brother.
live near Camarillo with the very latest. Leo.
Watch Leo put on a little acting job.
Hey, my friend, we're at Laguna Road and Wood near Camarillo.
Yeah.
We are far removed from where the chaos was just less than an hour ago.
Okay.
When tear gas canisters started flowing.
For no reason?
And when less than lethal rounds started being deployed, my photographer got hit twice.
Oh, twice.
By less than lethal rounds. And he's got blood on one of his arms. And we just took off running with the entire crowd. It was absolutely chaotic.
Chaotic.
Here's more.
Show us more. Oh, look at that.
Federal agents popped off tear gas and less than lethal rounds, causing protesters to scramble back.
Uh-huh. Now, where did all of those liberal protesters come from? All I'm seeing is a sea of purple hair, red hair, and a whole bunch of masks on and overweight people. And they all look like they might even be from another country. Yeah, I don't see no black folks in that crowd. So now here they are running all of a sudden that the canisters then shot off. But what made that happen? What made that happen, y'all?
Witness news photographer and I, in the middle of the panicked crowd rushing away, we got caught in the mayhem.
Caught in the mayhem.
And startled like everyone else, terrified of getting hit by a less than lethal round or overwhelmed by tear gas clogging the throat.
Whole bunch of out of shape people. Liberals don't even run right. Radicals, they run all weird like toddlers. I'm looking at them run off like, good grief. You're running like a toddler.
Right now they're popping off tear gas canisters and folks are just running like crazy.
Except you. You got to make it seem like I'm going to stay here for the shot. I know I could die. Tell my wife and family I love them. It's not for me. It's for the people. It's for the people. So watch my man here give us a sorry behind little.
And it's just chaos out here.
Chaos, pandemonium.
Get out of the way, folks.
You hear the fake cough? It's just chaos out here. I'm going to get away. Okay. Oh man, my boy made it seem like my life is in danger. The tear gas ain't even up close to him yet, but he they gave us a little cough on the way out. Here we go.
We were speaking our minds like we can as U.S. citizens.
That's it?
We have tear gas, we have pepper-based bomb. I got hit with the paintball.
Oh, yeah?
This is not okay.
Not okay.
We're expressing our First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech.
Our first the rights of freedom of speech. What else?
Freedom of action, freedom of the press. This is what we need to be doing. As people coming together against them, a tyranny.
Against tyranny, y'all. Against tyranny. Oh boy. But let's see what brought this on. Let's see what brought this on, because see, that guy right there is saying they were just out there exercising their First Amendment rights, and they were out there peacefully protesting, singing Kumbaya and all of that stuff, and then all of a sudden ICE just decided to start firing on them. Let's see.
Are the evil?
Tear gas is starting to shoot.
Tear gas. No reason.
Rubber bullets?
Yes.
No reason. They got fired on with tear gas and rubber bullets for no reason. Now, once again, this sounds like the kids that would come into my office and say, I got sent to your office for nothing. And I always got to ask, so wait, you were doing exactly what you were supposed to do. And the teacher just decided, hey, you, go to the principal's office. What'd I do? Nothing. Now go down there and tell the principal you did nothing. I sent you here for doing the right thing. So now this woman just said we weren't doing nothing, but we got tear gassed and paintballed or whatever. So let's see.
No reason. You're just joining in.
Look at that. Look at this lady. How about you turn that big bag body right there and run? Stop recording. You're not making any progress right here. Good grief.
Rubber bullets and this tear gas, and it's been a few times.
Yeah, we're the victims.
Here's some people
We're the victims.
have needed treatment from paramedics.
Yes, and paramedics.
Paramedics, yes.
How do you feel about what's going on here today?
Now look at all those mean ICE people with their fancy little mask on. That they all came out and said, all right, guys, these people are standing off to the side. They're just singing chants and kumbaya. But you know what? Be a great idea. Let's fire into the crowd. Let's go ahead and shoot some tear gas and some the balls, paintballs and stuff over there at them. Here we go.
It's really sad to know that this is going on right now when supposedly it was supposed to change. We had slavery back in the days.
Slavery back in the days, y'all. Y'all hear this? So wait, let me understand. During slavery back in the days, they were sending the Africans back to Africa. They were trying to get them to leave. That's what was happening. You know what? We'll pay for you to get back on the boat and go back to Africa. How about that? We just don't want you in the country. That's what we... So this is like slavery, though, back in the day, y'all.
This is insane, you know?
They did. They've got us about 3 times now. And
No, you like it. Y'all must like getting tear gassed. You know what's going to happen, and your behavior warrants it. And then what do? Walk straight over to it. I got tear gas 3 times. How did that even happen? One and done. Yeah, the tear gas should make you bounce. But no, what do? Come right back into it. I'm going back in for another dose.
So we're kind of a little bit leery and just wanting to run.
And here at Laguna and Wood, this is where some of the protesters have staged their protests right now after running away from all the chaos near where the federal agents are, about a half mile down the road from us. And you can see right now they're blocking a military vehicle.
But I didn't do nothing. Not only are you blocking the military vehicle, but you got the Mexican flag waving right in front of the military vehicle, like we're in Mexico. That's what you got. So, I mean, if I'm the guy driving the truck, I'm going, well, are we in Mexico? We better hurry up and get back to the U.S. Because this man is standing in front of me with a Mexican flag. So I might have to just go, foop, foop. But here they go. They ain't do nothing, y'all.
From coming through here.
Well, Democrats told to get shot for the anti-Trump resistance.
According to Axios, some are even being told.
We already saw that. But now let's see.
A bit of a standoff here, a skirmish line between ICE officials and other immigration authorities facing off with protesters.
Now we got a protester down there in a wheelchair and everything, y'all. Right there. Who you gonna block? Riding around in an electric wheelchair. You be mad if they tipped you over. I think somebody about to flip me back up, right? You just gonna let me lay here like this? But you decide to block ICE. Now remember, these people just said we didn't do nothing.
At the Glass House marijuana farm here in Camarillo after a major raid took place earlier this afternoon.
How'd they get there? How'd all these people get there?
Just wrapped up in the last few minutes, although you can still see a number of detainees right there next to that building. We've seen a number of...
I'm sure all those detainees are American citizens that didn't do nothing. They was just out there working, and all of a sudden Trump and them just sent the troopers in to go ahead and arrest these American citizens and detain them.
West Marshals buses picking up detainees and heading down the 101 freeway. Oh, yes! It was a major raid, as you mentioned, and now a major confrontation as they encounter these protesters.
A major raid, but now it's a major confrontation. Just that word alone lets me know that you guys want some drama. That's what that sounds like.
Showed up to protest this immigration operation. We have seen 2 major skirmish lines separating 2 sets of protesters.
A few moments later.
Some of the protesters are recording some of this activity.
Look at that.
This is happening at Wood and Laguna.
Does that look like they're doing
military
nothing?
Vehicles advancing. There's trying to make a stance. And
yeah, they do need major pain down there.
You want me gone, boy? I said, do you want me gone, boy? Killing is my business, and business is good.
Trying to stop the military vehicle from continuing on, and
We didn't do nothing.
cameras rolling, cell phone cameras rolling.
Let's see, all young, impressionable, dumb, young liberals. They're probably getting paid to go out there and make a fool of themselves. So now they're going to stop the truck. So wait, let me understand this. You're telling me this military truck is going to let you have your way? There it is. See, this goes back to the child mentality. Like when I was a principal. Hey, man, take your hat off. Nah, man, why you always getting on me to take my hat off? Now, look, I opened the door. I just wanted you to remove the hat so I can go back and finish doing what I was doing. But because you want to make a big scene, now it's my mission to get the hat. Do you think you're going to win? Do you think I'm going to say, well, I tried. The guy just wouldn't give me my hat. You think that's what's going to happen? And I'm going to go back to my office without the hat? You and the hat are coming with me, one way or another. See, so these people right here, do you think that guy driving that Humvee is going to be like, well, shoot, we tried, but they were just standing right there, and one had a flag. That flag was sticking into my wheel. It was sticking into my... So we just stopped and said, we'll go back and let all of these illegal immigrants go. Do you think that's going to happen? No. What's going to happen is this.
And this group of people are really trying to get this military vehicle to stop, and it doesn't appear that it will.
But they didn't do nothing. Arrest them!
Take a look at this video right here. It appears a protester fired some kind of gun at federal agents. This happened this afternoon.
They shooting! Look at that! They shooting! Now, wait a minute. If these were all white Trump supporters, what do you think the news narrative would be? They're showing up with the AR-15s. We don't actually have any video footage of that, but still, don't worry. Trust us. They all had tiki torches and they had Confederate flags and they were out there like, ba-dang, da-dang, pow, pow, ba-dang, dang, dang, da-dang, dang, dang, pow. There it is. But now all of a sudden, Democrat radical protesters are responding equal to the hyperbole that is coming out of the Democrats.
It was a really chaotic scene at the time. A lot of smoke was being launched at the protesters. And again, it appears a protester fired back with that weapon.
That dude is trying to get himself killed.
What we're doing is not good enough. There needs to be blood to grab the attention of the press and the public.
It looks like he fired at least a couple of times. We have not heard about any agents being hurt.
Oh, no, he done went too far. Now, Lee, shoot his ass right now, Lee. Shoot his ass!
What are you gonna do, Lee?
All you gotta do is pull that trigger back and BAM!
You're gonna spend the rest of your life hiding like your father?
Man, don't let him talk about your daddy like that. Shoot him, Lee.
Can't do it, can you?
Yes, hell you can, Lee. Ain't nobody up here but us, man. Go off on him, man. He trying to punk you.
Fox News alert.
Yeah, that guy right there. Hey, was cruising for a bruiser. He's lucky he didn't get fired on. That's what he is. Yeah, I hope they caught him and threw his butt under the jail. Here you are, shooting. You could have hit one of your own protesters. And you could tell he had no training. He's just out there like running backwards. That's how innocent people get killed because of knuckleheads like that. But these are Democrat supporters, y'all. We're almost done.
We're following a massive clash shaping up outside of LA.
Oh, yeah?
Federal agents shutting down an illegal cannabis farm staffed by migrants.
Migrants?
But hordes of resistors showed up to fight.
How? How are they getting here so quick, y'all?
Agents had to deploy tear gas to clear the road. The standoff has been going on for hours, and feds had to resupply federal agents who were boxed in.
Boxed in? But remember the lady? We didn't do nothing. We were all just standing there doing nothing, and they started shooting tear gas and bullets at us.
U.S. Marshals were called in for backup, and they've arrested a handful of agitators. Wow. One of the protesters was found to be carrying a gun.
What?
So far, at least 3 people have been hospitalized. ICE needs more manpower.
We're here to tell you that late at night
baby.
on July 4th, Friday night at approximately 10:37 p.m.
Yeah.
At the Prairieland ICE Detention Center in Alvarado, Texas.
Go ahead.
10 to 12 individuals dressed in black military-style clothing.
Oh, shoot. So some Antifians came thinking they got the juice? So wait, tell us what happened.
Began shooting fireworks and engaging in acts of vandalism at the facility. And this was part of an organized attack.
Organized attack?
Today, my office has charged 10...
Wait, I thought all the violence comes from the conservative right. I thought that's what happened. So the Democrats don't own none of this? They're not owning none of this right here? And they're definitely not trying to calm things down by saying, okay, guys, look, ICE agents are federal officers that are doing their job. So please stop attacking them, shooting at them, throwing fireworks at them, and throwing bricks and rocks and bottles and Molotov cocktails at them, and standing in the way of their trucks.
And individuals with 3 counts of attempted murder of a federal officer.
Drop the hammer on them.
Each of the 10 are also charged with 3 counts of discharging a firearm in relation to a crime of violence.
No mercy.
Each of these defendants faces a mandatory prison term of 10 years and up to life in prison.
Give it to them. Make an example out of the pink, purple-haired people.
An additional co-conspirator was charged with obstruction of justice and conspiracy for attempting to conceal and destroy evidence in relation to the attack.
Throw them in the pouch.
And he faces up to 10 years in prison.
Give them all 10.
Let's discuss the incident.
Yeah, tell us what happened.
It was a planned ambush with the intent to kill ICE corrections officers.
And it's nothing but a blessing, but a miracle that the one guy didn't get killed. He got shot in the neck. Now, understand, these are ambushes. Why are they doing this? Why are they responding to ICE like this? Oh, the constant demonization. Like we just heard Tiffany Cross on there talking about their disappearing people. And this is like a concentration camp. Yeah, stuff like that. That'll make people think, oh, man, well, we got to stop Hitler and all of the brown shirts. Democrats own all of this.
Make no mistake, this was not a so-called peaceful protest.
What? According to those people that got interviewed, they weren't doing nothing. They were all just sitting there. And all of a sudden, ICE just went berserk.
It was indeed an ambush.
And it's sort of funny when people picket in front of Columbia, in front of Harvard, and they have masks on. Nobody complains about that.
Yeah.
But when a patriot who works for ICE or Border Patrol puts a mask on so that they won't recognize him and his family.
They're Nazis.
There's a problem with that.
Yeah, isn't that odd? Yeah, and this guy's about to get kicked out of the Democrat Party pretty soon, I'm pretty sure.
ICE agents are just doing their job, and I fully support that. And for me, and people in my party might, want to abolish it or treat them as criminals or anything that's inappropriate and outrageous.
Boy, you're signing your own death warrant. He might, at this point, decide, I'm just going to go ahead, jump ship, and become a darn Republican, man, because they're going to come after me. Yeah, I was reading articles about how they feel about this dude. And he's not even, conservative. But there could be no dissent. There could be no dissent. So he would be better off just going ahead and switching right now.
ICE performs an important job for our nation.
I'm saying that if you commit a crime.
And then we're going to end with this dummy who always gets abused on the 5. She gets abused all the time. You know what I'm talking about. Jessica.
Once you are on U.S. soil, you should be turned over to ICE. And I think that's an easy exchange. And that's what people voted for in November.
Is that true?
And you would have a much stronger case against the overreach that we're seeing in terms of what ICE is doing now that is not.
What overreach? What do you mean overreach? Look, if you're illegal, you got to go. That's not overreach. That's just the law.
Not commensurate with what the American public wants. They didn't vote for people to show up at Home Depots.
We
they
did?
didn't vote for people to show up at immigration.
I don't care where they got to show up. I voted for all of them to be sent back. Wherever that leads you to, hammer, go. Take the hammer wherever it needs to go.
Courts. They didn't vote for the fact that there's new data out from Cato that 65% of the people that ICE has taken into custody have had no convictions.
So, yeah, they don't need a conviction of a crime. What they need is the fact that, hey, how'd you get here? I just came across the border. You got any paperwork saying you are supposed to be? No. Then you got to go home. It's that simple. But here's Jessica talking about, so they're going to try to hold the hammer to the whole thing of these folks got to be violent criminals to get deported. That's what they got to be. No, they have to just simply be illegal immigrants.
All immigrants who are here illegally, 55% of the New York Times, Marquette 64%, CBS News 57%, ABC News with a slightly different question.
What? We just heard Jessica say that the people didn't vote for this. Well, look at this. And this is from CNN. The New York Times, what? Look at all these liberal networks doing a survey and look at these numbers.
And 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because
you hear that, Jessica? No arguing with those numbers. Okay, this is what the people voted for.
They're all essentially the same across 4 different posters.
Depots.
And then we're going to finish her. Her whole career is about to get ended right now by Jesse and Greg.
There was a story about a San Antonio area ICE detention center, a huge spike in 911 calls from people who have been detained there, reporting increased suicide attempts and sexual abuse.
Oh, and I wonder what motivated them to make these calls. I'm here illegally, they caught me, so I'm going to go and make a 911 call and blame, say I'm thinking about getting rid of myself, self-deletion, and of course they're looking at me funny. I think they might have their way with me. I don't want to be a victim. Of course they're going to say these things, just like Killer Garcia said that he was being tortured down in El Salvador, but the video footage shows he was down there playing chess, he was fishing, he was doing all these wonderful things, eating healthy, lifting weights. So if you want to get out of trouble and you got a whole political party that's willing to bend over backwards to justify whatever you did or whatever, your status is, of course, you're going to go ahead and say, let me report these falsehoods to make it seem like I'm being mistreated here. But now we're about to go too far because she's about to say that the people in ICE or at these facilities are doing the R word to these people.
What is going on with this immigration policy is not what people showed up on November 5th for. I know there are some folks out there are pictures of those grannies that had the sign that says mass deportation now.
What about you bring up something as charged as sexual abuse?
Yeah.
Who is causing the sexual abuse? I said the people that run the people running the detention center are the detainees.
You've never heard of that happening? Or
you never heard of that happening? Now, do you understand the stupidity of Jessica? I mean, you're going to believe these people who just got detained. And the focus is solely on getting these people out. You think these cats got time to be in there doing what she's suggesting with no evidence. You're just going to go ahead and throw it out there as if some people said some things. Now you drop a whole nother seed in the head of dummies. Now what you just did is put another bullseye on all of these people by suggesting that they, after dealing with all this crap, got time to say, you see that cute one over there? Bring her to my quarters. Bring her to my quarters. This is so bad for them to be out here pushing this mess. I mean, you know how quick Tom the Hammer Holman would get rid of somebody if this was happening? You don't even interact with these people long enough to even develop these type of relationships. So we are to believe that these folks who are responsible for, being security guards at these facilities are doing this to these people. And she just believes them.
Or they're
So that's,
refusing them.
because I want to be clear that that's what you're alluding
That's
to.
what the report
So
said.
people that are running the detainee center are sexually abusing.
I don't have video of.
Oh, you don't have video, but I'm going to throw it out there. I don't have video, but I'm going to throw it out there. This is like they were whipping the Haitians on horseback story right there. So if you don't have video or evidence, why would you throw that out there? Why would you plant that seed in the mind of idiots? But Jessie right now is about to ruin her career as we leave.
What was happening? I just know that they are seeing an increased amount of 911 calls saying that people.
And I wonder why. Could it be because I got busted and I don't want to be deported?
Ran the largest sex trafficking operation in world history when he let 12 million.
She shot. I'm sorry, what?
In people pour in and then lost hundreds of thousands of kids. Okay.
And lost hundreds of thousands of kids. But she said, are we going to go ahead and...
Okay, and all the polls you're setting were dead wrong on the election. That poll had Kamala beating Trump. Donald Trump was shot in the head. You got.
That's not true. You see, Jessie is abusing her. He's just going right through like, you know what, Jessica, your time is finished. Whatever you just said is stupid. And she's trying to fight back up. Right now, she's that person that somebody got her by the neck and she's like, Yeah, it's useless. Resistance is futile, Jessica, when you're that stupid.
Firebomb cars, you riot. Now you're shooting at Border Patrol agents. And Dana's exactly right. This is the strategy. The base wants blood. And after January 6th, you guys hailed these people protecting the Capitol borders as heroes. But now the people protecting our borders are somehow Nazis? You call them Gestapo? Jessica, and then people take shots at them and you act like it's happening in a vacuum? Half of the ICE agents and Border Patrol people are Hispanic.
Yeah.
You're basically calling Hispanic lawmen bad hombres and saying they're cowards for wearing masks. They're wearing masks because people are shooting at them.
Bam! Thank you, Jessie, for shutting her up once again, ruining her career. So Jessica has to be the designated, try to make a stupid argument person on the file. And then the facts come in. Yep, all of this violence is occurring because you guys have been demonizing ICE and labeling them as whatever, trying to dox them, and then y'all folks show up shooting at them, getting in the way, then whining and crying victim when they get tear gassed or, rubber, balls shot at them and things like that. And they brought it all on themselves. But they know that, the news isn't going to report on what they did to bring it on themselves. They're just going to say, look at these people. They were down here peacefully protesting, and then all of a sudden, ICE just starts shooting on them. And it is so irresponsible as a news organization and as, congressmen and women, politicians, to demonize law enforcement to the degree where 700% increase attacks on them. Unbelievable. I mean, I'm amazed that nobody has been deleted yet in one of these exchanges on our side, on the law side, and I'm telling you, if I was an ICE agent, I would never forgive the Democrats for this. I mean, you just demonized this whole department for God knows how long. I mean, years to come, people are going to still be looking at ICE and putting them in a category of the brown shirts under Hitler. These folks were, and all they're doing is their job. And it is disgusting to see what these politicians are doing only for their own power. That's what they're doing it for. Demonizing these people, putting their lives in risk on both sides. Yeah, the dummies who's out there acting on what you guys are saying, their life is in danger. And then you're going to get somebody who's crazy enough to take shots at ICE and then put them in danger. And it's amazing that nobody in ICE was, killed. But even if it happened, the Democrats will act like they don't know nothing about it. They'd be like, oh, what? I don't know what you're talking about. It's Trump and all of his rhetoric and the Gestapo. They wouldn't care. They would just move on with more hyperbole and lies and give a sorry statement like, we do disavow any violence. We do not encourage that. But now let's move on to some more demonization of ICE. That's what they're about. They're a disgusting party with disgusting members. And they're liars. They're fakers. They're cheaters. I mean, they're just the worst of the worst. I look at them as worse than the darn people out there with the purple hair doing all of that stuff. Because they know better. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking it with me over 2 hours. I knew it was going to be a long one. I was like, oh boy. They're going to have to strap in. Hopefully the sound system got better throughout the day. I'll rewatch it later and critique it and get mad. Oh man, I shouldn't have said it. I said, thank you. God bless. And here, both of the dogs. Both of the dogs are trained to come right over to me when I say that. As soon as I say that, they're like, oh, he's done. Yeah, but I can never show you them right now because they look crazy. That's how crazy their hair is. They missed their appointment. They look like mops. Both of them look like mops. So maybe I might make an appearance over the weekend depending on how things go because I did miss a couple days. And there are some other things I want to talk about that I just couldn't get to. But don't forget on your way out, text MAGA to this number right here, 330-974. Whoa, wait a minute. What's the number again? Here you go. 330-974-4607. And don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner Store if you want to get some merch. And if you want to support the channel through my Cash App, PayPal link, links are below. Thanks for those that gave in the super chat. And subscribe to my alternative channel and other social media platforms. Now, let's get out of here. Yeah, man. Need some orange juice, wet my whistle. Yeah. God bless you. See you next time in Kev's Corner. Take care.